Hello everyone, and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator VR and our segment of Wash Talk. Where last time we began cleaning this carousel, and now we're going to finish cleaning this carousel. And yeah, we're going to start with the horses, I think. So we're going to wash up and down, wash the horses, and we're going to chat, we're going to talk. It is Spooky Month. It's October. How is everyone enjoying Spooky Month today or so far? Anybody have any exciting parties or events that they're going to for Spooky Month? I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. Where can I do the volume? Hold on, options. Where's the volume? Audio. Matthew, I'm going to turn you down a little bit. There. There we go. That is better. That is much better. Okay. Nope, I want this. Clean under the horse. There we go. Clean that horse. That's my horse. No, it's my horse. Anyone get that reference? Ed and Eddie. Oh, that is a bit more difficult to get up there. Is that's metal. Do I need the special... Do I need the metal cleaner to get this properly? That also metal? Oh, that's plastic. Okay, so that's metal, that's plastic. So we'll do... I do have plastic cleaner, which might make it a bit easier. How much of this pole do I have to clean until it's done? Because it looks like center pole base. There. Not seeing a huge amount more on the pole than I need to clean. Right, and if this is one of those things where it's just like, oh, you know, each pole, yeah, center pole frame, center pole panels, pole trims. Okay, anyway, we'll come back to that. Just go ahead and clean this pole up and down. That also metal? That's also metal. Okay. Don't want to use up all of my metal cleaner. That would not be excellent. We'll get what we can. So, what has been going on for me in October? Well, I'm back to playing the second chapter of The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I played the previous chapter. I need something to stand on. Where's my stool? Do I have a stool? Or I just have a ladder? No, I just have a ladder. Oh, they have scaffolding too, but what if I just need a stool? No stool for me, I guess. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, I played the first chapter. Refill cleaning liquid. Remind me how I refill cleaning liquid again. I still have 4 liters. Do I still have some cleaning liquid in me? There's usually a button prompt I can press. Oops. There we go. Now I want this. Whoa! And that and get it. That also metal? Yeah, that's also metal. I don't think I want that long though. Maybe a bit too long. So yeah, I played the first Saints and Sinners chapter last year on the channel, and I had a great time with it. It combined that itch of zombie survival crafting, but it had very like visceral combat. You know, the AI I think was not as good as some other games I've played. Like enemies seem to, you know, have difficulty sometimes in finding their way to you. But you know, I enjoyed the elements of it. It was a lot of fun, and I'm definitely enjoying the second chapter as well. There's a whole subplot of like someone rang the bells in, what was it Old Town? I think it was Old Town, for like 3 days straight, and now it's just completely infested with walkers. Like I tried going there on one of the days, and oop, do I have cleaning fluid left? Yeah, I have cleaning fluid left. There we go. I tried going there one of the days, and it's just like non-stop walker parade, and they just came right at you. Oop. Hello. Unfortunately, as we were winding through Willow Creek, we encountered a group of monks walking against the traffic, and I pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. Well, that's not good. It's not good at all. Those poor monks. So yeah, I'm just figure out, like, I guess Old Town is basically just like a no-go anymore. There's this, you know, new faction, the Exiles, who, different from like the Reclaimed, who were, you know, just kind of, well, sometimes the Reclaimed were always hostile to you, and sometimes they were just like indifferent to you. They were just basically like, you know, another obstacle. The Exiles actually kind of help you out. Like, you can trade with them for goods and stuff, and if you do enough missions for them, then you can unlock some new and better gear. I've already recorded a bunch. I couldn't really stop playing it. I just had so much fun. I recorded a bunch of videos already for it in advance, so that'll probably keep on rolling out into November. And I'll have to find a different series to do after that is done. It's difficult a little bit because I'm trying to keep an eye out for... There. The pole is still not clean. I'm having difficulty spotting the dirt on that. I'll come back to it. Okay, we've gone all the way around with the poles. Let's swap over. We got plastic. We can use plastic. We'll do the short. Cleaning the horsies. These are quite filthy. But yeah, that is our current big series on the channel, is just The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners Chapter 2. So, haven't checked those videos out yet. Definitely consider it. Had quite a lot of fun with it. Nice horsey. All clean. As for, other things going on, I did, what was that series? Retropolis. I think I'm the first game I did of Retropolis. Well, the first video I did on the very first game, it was just one video for the entire game. I think I did, and let's see. Yeah, that was in September. And I recently played the second installment of the Retropolis, Never Say Goodbye, which was a longer game. Oh, I'm out of plastic. Okay. Out of plastic cleaner. I probably don't really need... Yeah, I can probably just do this. Plastic's not that difficult to clean. Metal is like a real pain. But plastic, I can just basically go back and forth like this and go up and down. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Cleaning, cleaning, cleaning. Ah, there we go. Make it shine. Make it shine and be pretty. Yeah, so the Retropolis 2 has 4 chapters. I think I did like 1 chapter per video or thereabouts. It kind of expands on the original game, and kind of answering some questions like who exactly is behind like all of the mysterious stuff going on in the city, like who is pulling all the strings, and figure it out. There were a couple points where I was just like completely and helplessly lost. Like the first game, I was able to kind of blunder through and solve the puzzles quite easily without help, but several times I found myself going and like they have a walkthrough, a link in the game to a walkthrough on their website in case you do get stuck, and I did have to use that several times. I will admit it, I often overthink problems, so when something came up that was just like, oh, I need a specific thing for this, and I was completely barking up the wrong tree, and rather than have a video showing me going back and forth for like 20 to 30 minutes trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, I just like, what, I'll just take a look very quickly for a hint and see if I can figure it out from there. So, which I did. I did not go and I did not look at the entire answer. I just kind of looked at the next step and being like, oh, okay, that is what I'm missing. That would have been taking me so long to figure out, and then go from there. But yeah, fun game. Definitely enjoyed. Definitely go and take a look-see. Unless, of course, you're planning on playing it yourself, in which case, don't go and take a look-see. Go and get it. It's fairly cheap. It's not a terribly expensive game. A lot of fun, though. It was definitely a lot of fun. I do have a special video for Halloween I am planning on doing. Like last year, I did Budget Cuts Nightmare Mode as my kind of Halloween spooky special. And I did talk about potentially going back and finishing that game for the next spooky season, but I think I found something else I would rather do. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Budget Cuts is not really like a survival horror game, and Nightmare Mode just turned into survival horror because Adam is your only obstacle and he is essentially unkillable. So was not super a fan of that. I'm not a big fan of those kinds of horror games where you really have no course of action other than, you know, hiding somewhere for your life as someone big and nasty walks around looking for you. I'm not a big fan of those kind of games. I like a game where I can fight back, even if it is just not a hugely impressive fight back. I still like the kind of game where I can fight back. Anyway, yes, so the Halloween episode, or the Halloween video for this year is going to be, I think, something pretty fun. Oh, we've made it all the way around already. Have we gotten all the horses? Hold on. Let's check this. What is this called? This is horse. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Horse rod faces, horse rod tops, horse rods. Only 2 out of 8, huh? Horses, 7 out of 8. Okay, so I didn't clean one entirely. Now we have to go around and figure out which is the horse that I have not fully cleaned. Gonna be on like the top of their heads. Is that what's going to be what I haven't cleaned? Oh, here we go. I think I see the problem here. Yeah, here we go. Just some little bit of dirt here and there. There we go. Is that all the horses done now? Horses, horses, horses. Horse rod tops and horse rod themselves still have to be cleaned. So we'll focus on doing that. So I'm struggling to find... Oh, here we go. Here's some dirt. Okay, why don't I switch over to something a little more powerful and just kind of go up and down. This has 2 out of 8, but I'm looking. Okay, that one's clean. I'm looking. I'm pressing the magic find dirt button, and I'm not seeing any dirt. Am I just blind? Am I going crazy? Hold on 1 second. Do these go up and down? They do go up and down. There we go. So they're going up and down. So the part that I'm missing is actually in... Okay, the parts that I'm missing are actually not showing because they're supposed to be going up and down. There we go. Well, that's a tricky thing to do to me, game. It's a very tricky thing to do to me. Hold on. Whole horse. Okay, so now we've gotten them all done. Okay, now we can turn this off. There we go. Okay, mystery solved. Just like I could not find any of that's metal up there. I could not find any of the dirt, and it's because the dirt was being concealed. Ah, problem solved. See that right there? That was, I think, pretty clever of me. Because when I play games, like when I'm playing Retropolis, and, you know, I was just coming to a point where it's just like, I have no idea what I do next. And it could take me, because I've played like normal games, and I don't edit these videos. I just hit record and then I throw them out into the void of YouTube, and that's basically, you know, what I do. Not super professional, but I've never professed to be a professional YouTuber. Oh, it's gonna hurt my neck. If I were a professional, then I'd probably put a bit more care into these videos, but I don't really do that. Oh, yeah, my neck is going to hate me after this. Unless I were to... Hold on. Can I couldn't put this up inside, but I could put it up on the side. Come on, there we go. Like this, and then spray like that. There. And when I play games like puzzle games, what have you, normally it would often take me a ridiculous amount of time to figure out a puzzle. And since I don't edit these, I can't just edit that down and be like, oh, you know, you saw 5 minutes of me walking around and trying to figure this out, whereas in reality it took me like 45 minutes. Like, you don't want to watch me do that for 45 minutes. That is not going to be fun for you. So I will just, you know, rather than prolong the video, I will often just be like, okay, I'm going to look up just a hint. Not the solution. I'm just going to look up a hint. And then I'm going to go from there. And if I need more of a hint, then I will look up another hint. And another. And then another. Until I've solved it. Okay. Yep, my neck again. Anyway, so yeah, in October we have the spooky game. Not sure if it's gonna be a spooky episode. It's gonna be very thematic for Halloween. Not sure if it's a Halloween specific thing in general, but it is very much Halloweeny. Halloweeny. I mean, this carousel is kind of thematically appropriate because I think carousels, I think fairs, and fairs, I think, you know, fall time, the Ferris wheels and all that good stuff. The cotton, well, not cotton candy. I hate cotton candy. It's just too much, too sweet for me at least. But like, you know, fried dough and fried pickles and fried Oreo, well, basically anything fried. I mean, you think, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think fair food and I think fried. But, yeah, it is, very appropriate to be doing, this, on spooky season because, you know, fairs are very, you know, you have your fall harvest festivals and your Halloween parties and fairs, and you have like the haunted houses and all that fun stuff. I haven't done a haunted house in so long. Probably too old for haunted houses now. I get to a point where it's like, oh, yep, oh, it's a scary ghost. Scary ghost that popped up. Oh, spooky. But anyway. But yeah, October. Actually, it's been kind of a mild October. It's gotten cold in a couple of times, but for the most part, it's been actually pretty nice, which is good for me because I've been enjoying the weather working outside. Today it's raining, which is good. We need the rain. We've been having, you know, a bit of a drought. The occasional, you know, storm, but nothing really soaking. But today is going to be like an all-day rain affair, which is fantastic. fantastic. Am I getting too close to my... Yeah, I'm getting too close to my border. Okay. Is in here all done? Pressing the button. Looking for any holdouts. I think we're good. Yeah, it's also going to be a good weekend coming up, which is nice because I'm going camping. Probably the final camping of the year. And that is going to be sad because I love camping. I think I've mentioned in a previous wash talk that camping is just kind of my preferred vacation. Oh, I've done other vacations before. I've done, you know, cruises and like what's the word I'm thinking of when you go like fly out to different countries, like an international trip. Those are also fun. But I don't know, camping's just kind of relaxing because you're out in nature and you're just kind of you sit up your hammock and you just kind of chill and relax, read a good book. Just something enjoyable for me about camping. Although my shrew-like reflexes saved the lives of the monks, my helter-skelter fell off the toe and rolled down the entire creek. Wow. That's unfortunate. But yeah, we've talked about camping and what I like to do camping in previous watch talks, and are road trips considered camping? Because I did take that road trip with a friend of mine earlier this year, which I also talked about, so I don't have to go into heavy detail. I'm gonna save that for last. I'm just gonna go around and do the exterior of this. Do road trips count as camping? Because when I did my road trip, I was staying in an RV. We stayed at a bunch of museums and like the parking lots and museums, and we were at one farm we stayed at, which was fun. But that really would I consider that camping? We're staying inside the RV. Whenever I go camping, I enjoy staying outside. So is that considered camping? Because if we were doing if we had done like a normal road trip, we were originally planning on doing, just driving a car and maybe staying at like a hotel or Airbnb or even sleeping in the car. That wouldn't have been camping, but it's the mere fact that we brought an RV that make it camping. Because call them campers, but you're basically staying inside. I mean, yes, hold on. Yes, you are staying sometimes. You're parking outside. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would consider that to be camping or not. Some people would. But for me, camping is when you're sleeping outside. You're either like a tent. I would say a tent is camping because you're sleeping outside, but there's not much between you and the elements. Like you have a tent wall, and you have your sleeping bag and what have you, but in all honesty, it's not going to do much against the elements. But like an RV, like a camper RV, you're in an enclosed space. You can lock the door. You can if you have generator, you can have power. If you have like a lot of RVs are set up so that you can have like some power in there even without a generator, like lights and USB chargers, and even some other features like my parents' RV has a water pump and a refrigerator, and both of those use propane to power them. So you don't need to be plugged in order to, like wash your hands or take a shower. I mean, that's another thing, is that there's a shower in the RV as well. Whereas if you're camping, that circle thing again, I see. Where if you're camping, you either have to take a camp shower, like in the site. You bring like a one of those camp shower things you have to set up, and then like you run a hose, or you have to go collect the water and then bring it to back to the site, or you have to go to a separate building, like a camp shower that the campground has in the available to you in the park. Whereas RVing, it's just like, you just go pop in the shower in the back, turn on the the water pump, turn on the water heater, and it uses propane, yes, but still, it is much more convenient. I mean, when I do camping, I like to do the proper experience. I sleep in a hammock, I stay outside, and if I do go and take a shower, I will do a proper either go to the camp shower, or I will rinse myself off if they have like a beach somewhere. Go rinse myself off, and then when I head back to the campsite, I can use like wipes or cleansing towels or what have you, just to kind of clean myself off a bit. Because when you're camping, you don't have to, and you're gonna be dirty no matter what, because you're outside. There's dirt around, there's nature. So if you want to be clean, camping's probably not the vacation for you, but you can still have fun. A lot of times, campgrounds will charge money for their showers, and just like, I don't want to spend extra money, especially when take a shower and then I'm just gonna get dirty again. So I normally will just avoid taking a shower when I'm camping, and I will just, like I said, rinse myself off, make it in the lake or in the river, and then cleansing wipes or towels or a sponge bath maybe, and clean clothes, and that'll be it. So yeah, that's typically what I do. Everyone has their own preference though. I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh yes, road tripping. So I don't know if I would consider road trips like in an RV to be camping. I understand if you think that. I'm not going to say no. This is a hill I'm going to die on. It's like, I don't consider it, but other people might, and that's perfectly reasonable. But yeah, camping season is going to be over very soon. I think the last weekend that the place we are going to camp this weekend is it this coming weekend? Is it the last weekend? I actually don't remember. But yeah, it'll be the final. I have to put all my camping stuff away, which will be sad because an end of a season. Winter is coming, and yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's spooky month, October. Ooh, my brother and sister-in-law usually do a murder mystery party, which I love, because I love getting in character and playing. Bad news. It's covered in everything from tertiary chalk to Permian mudstone. Good news. It represents a thorough illustration of our geologic past. I guess I'm going to be cleaning that next. Yeah, I love the murder mysteries. I love getting into a character and like playing a part, solving the mystery. I think I've already banged on enough about how I'm not very good at actually figuring out clues and what have you. If you give me enough time, I'll put it together eventually. But I'm no Sherlock Holmes. I'm no Hercule Poirot, or however you pronounce his name. I'm no Lieutenant Columbo. So yeah, I don't always make the connection right away. But I don't think they're doing it this year. I think that they didn't have enough people to do the murder mystery party because, I think that some family friends are going to a wedding or something like that, so they're going to be unavailable, and I don't think there's enough people who are going to be able to come this year. So I don't think they're doing murder mystery, but I think they're still going to do some kind of like spooky Halloween party, which is a great opportunity for me to break out some of the I have some like molds in the basement for baking or like cooking or what have you. I have some brain molds. I could make some like Jello brain shots or something. Maybe there's an idea. I can make some brain Jello shots. That could be fun. I could, fairly easy to make. All I have to do is like bring some gelatin mix or some Jello mix. Make my my liqueur or spirit of choice. Mix it together. It'd be enjoyable. You definitely see that. Make sure I label it that it is in fact an alcoholic beverage. Don't want a repeat of another thing that I did happening. Well, not I did. I didn't do it. I typically am good about labeling my food and what's in it, because some people have dietary restrictions, and I want to make sure that it's perfectly clear to everyone. It's like, hey, there's alcohol, or hey, there are nuts or peanut butter or what have you in this. But I went to, I'm not sure if I told this story before, but I went to a neighborhood barbecue, actually across the street. A neighbor who has since passed on, but he's having people over, and he's a nice guy. My brother describes him as the friendliest grumpy person that he has ever known, and he is. He was, fairly kind of a grump, but he was always willing to come over and lend a hand. Like, he had a bunch of power tools and chainsaws, what have you, and we had like trees down, what have you, or branches in our yard. He would come over and he would help us, chop it up. And he was an avid hunter as well. Like, when he would get something, he would share what he got. He brought over some bear chili one year. That was good stuff. Anyway, so I went over, me and my dad, to, this was years and years ago. We went over to his place, and he was having people over, and there was food and what have you, and there were some brownies. And I was like, oh, these are some big brownies. Dad, you want to share one? And he's like, sure. So we split a brownie, and I ate it, and I was like, this is an interesting texture. I wonder what's in it. And I didn't think anything of it until a little bit later, when I realized I was feeling kind of weird. Just like, oh man, I think I need to go lay down. And I didn't find out until later, because Dad's more familiar with this kind of thing than I did, because he grew up in that era. And he told me, yeah, those were pot brownies. And I was like, what? And they were at, they were at this barbecue, this cookout, and they weren't labeled. There were, kids running around and all that. And I don't think at the time, pot was legal where I live, but we weren't going to call anyone about that on him. But yeah, apparently he didn't do it. One of the people that he invited, one of the people that he invited brought them and then just didn't label them, because you know, pop legal. Okay, how are we doing? We're 99% clean. Cresting trims, center pole topper. Center pole topper. Hold on, let me take a look and see. Clean, 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 clean. Center pole topper. Center. That's the only thing that's cresting. Oh, cresting trims right there. So center pole topper and cresting trims. I'm going to assume that the cresting trims are cresting panel, cresting panel, cresting. Hold on. Let me get up and close. Up close and personal with these. So that's the cresting. Cresting. Where's the cresting trim? That's the canopy. Center pole topper. I'm going to guess it's something up there. Center pole topper. Is that center panel? Center panel. Center frame. Center pole. Hold on. Center pole topper. That right there? It is that right there. Okay. Oh, hold on. I see the dirt. I see the filth. Hold on. Hold on. Do I have to get, like, inside that? Oh, I do, don't I? I have to be up elevated. Yeah, look at that. Okay. There we go. And cresting trims. Hey! What do you know? It was right there. Job complete. Excellent. Good horses. Good horses. So yeah, that's my story about the one and only time I have ever partaken in marijuana. Was when I accidentally ate a pot brownie at a neighbor's barbecue. There we go. Be clean, my friends. Nice. That is very satisfying. Like how I moved it this little bit when I was cleaning. It showed that. Very good. Carousel looks incredible. The others are going to lose it when they see I can practically... when I see it. I can practically smell all that hard cash in my hands already. Thanks so much. You're welcome. Happy to help. Clean the treehouse. Clean the drill. The treehouse is probably going to be a big job. That's going to be probably very big. So we'll clean the drill. Did the dirt finder general? I have been given your details by the mayor as a person who can wash things and keep the dirt to themselves. Meet Holy Moly, my subterranean mining unit. It's a one-man excavator that I use to scour beneath the Earth's crust for valuable mineral deposits. Well, not me personally. I just tell them where to dig. Anyway, you may find some unusual mineral traces during the clean. Please dispose of these judiciously. Okay. Let's start up. If the music... Oh, no, okay. But if the music just gonna keep playing... It's gonna keep going and going, and I can't turn it off now because I've left the job. Oh, okay. This, I don't think, will take long at all. There's some really stubborn hard stains, but we can get the majority of the dirt off and work our way from there. With my magic washer, it just gets rid of dirt and leaves nothing behind. Dirt eraser. Magic dirt eraser. That might be covered. Oh, I got a star. Very nice. Yeah, so... Yeah, that is that this coming weekend that I have my brother's party? It might Yeah, I should also think about putting together a costume. Although, might be a little too... Because normally when he does his murder mystery, we would get... he would send us, like, details, being like, okay, you're playing so-and-so, so make sure to dress, you know, the part. And last year, I think I was, like, this redneck hillbilly, guy, so I had like a coonskin cap, and I had like a shooting vest, and like camo pants, and I had like a fake cigarette, and I was walking around with a Budweiser beer can, with a cozy. I had a Budweiser cozy, and I was pretending to drink. I didn't actually have Budweiser. I just filled whatever I had, like a can, or I think it was a cup. I had a cup in the Budweiser cozy, and I was just carrying that around, just drinking out of that to really sell, just like, oh yeah, real rednecks drinking Budweiser. Another star, very good. But yeah, so he would normally, assign us a role, and then we would have to dress the part like that. But if we're not doing roles this year, if we're going to be just a Halloween party, then maybe I'll put together a costume. I'll have to think about what I want to be for said costume. I do have a bunch of costume stuff. Like when I was big into like theater when I was in school. Well, we're part of a theater group. Me and my brother and a few other friends of ours. Oh yeah, there's still a water. Hold on. Where's my thingy? Here we go. Get up top. There we go. Get above and spray down below. At the highest I can get, though. Highest I can get. Okay, I think I'm going to... Hold on. Let's make sure we get as much of the normal dirt off as we can. 4 stars. Yay! A high perspective. Higher perspective. Anyway, I'll have to pull out some spooky costumes and see what I have. I think I have a brain hat somewhere. Actually, it's a brain hat that my sister-in-law made for me. So maybe I'll go as like a zombie with an exposed brain. That would be fun. Zombie with exposed brain. I can break into a Thriller dance at some point, which could be also really fun. That's metal. Okay. Do I have any... I do have metal cleaner left. Oh, very good. There we go. Pinpoint accuracy. Well, not with this. That's kind of a mister, but... It would be pinpoint accuracy. I don't want that. Can I I have to wait until it's... I can't just refill it now. I have to wait for the thing to be completely empty. Okay, now I can refill it. Crouch down this way. There we go. If I had a bit more time, I could put together an actual proper costume. I may just have to do, like I said, the brain hat, maybe I'll dirty up like some clothes if I want to go for the zombie look. Some makeup, a little bit of think I have somewhere. I do have like a fake blood, that actually is edible. So I can like put it, make it look like it's dripping from my mouth. That could be cool. Actually, you can. I do have a recipe somewhere, for making some edible and actually very tasty. Metal cleaner. Blood. Fake blood. Of course. And I think it's like corn syrup mixed with like. I'm trying to remember. It's like. I have to look it up. But yeah, there's a lot of. How many? I can buy 7? Yeah, I'll buy 7. I'll buy all. I'll buy out your stuff. Oh, your metal cleaner. Very good. Oops, I don't want that. So yeah, I will probably end up doing something like that for his party. Yeah, I did mention that we're camping this weekend as well. They actually live, my brother and sister-in-law, they live maybe half hour from the campground. So, I wonder if I should bring the cat. Because that cat will also be camping with us. So we could bring the kitty. Maybe I could dress him up. He probably wouldn't enjoy that though. He does not really like one year we tried to put something on him for Christmas, and he did not appreciate it one little bit. So might not be the best idea. Try to get him dressed up for Halloween. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Yeah, another interesting question is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Because I've heard, arguments for both. And I've heard arguments for it's, a Christmas movie and a Halloween movie. But I think the biggest, the biggest reasoning for it not being a Halloween movie is because it takes place basically right at the end of Halloween. Like, the whole premise is, Jack Skellington is, getting tired of Halloween. Another great Halloween has come and gone, but he's just getting real tired of doing the same thing over and over and over again, and he just wants something new. And Christmas is coming up, and he decides to take over Christmas. Oops. So, yeah, I guess I could honestly see it being either way. It has the spooky factor for Halloween, but it's definitely I mean, like I said, it takes place immediately after, right at the end of Halloween. So if you want to watch it for Christmas or Halloween, I think that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to say, no, you can only watch it, for Christmas or for Halloween. You have to pick one or the other. It's like, you can watch it whenever you want. I mean, it doesn't have. I like to watch some movies. Some movies are better watched during the actual month of that holiday. Like, It's a Wonderful Life is Christmas, and therefore good Christmas movie. But you don't have to only watch it in the Christmas season. I think you can just watch it whenever you want to watch it. Whenever you want a nice feel-good movie. It's a Wonderful Life is a very, it's a feel-good movie. We're talking about Christmas movies. That'll be in a couple months. We can talk about Christmas movies. Halloween movies, however, definitely enjoy a good Halloween movie. What am I missing? Hold on. Missing something. Halloween movies, spooky, spooky miniseries like Over the Garden Wall, another favorite of mine to watch for the spooky season. Yeah, I don't watch a huge amount of like horror, like slasher or monster movies as much. When I was younger, I'd watch a lot of that, but I don't know. I think I've mellowed out with age a little bit and being like, oh, I'm more interested in like a compelling story and interesting characters rather than just like, oh, let's see how brutal all these you know horny teenagers are going to die. It's like I'm not super into that anymore. What's this? Wheel drives, wheels, rear shieldings, caterpillar treads. Can I get any closer to these? Don't see. Rear shielding. You guys, someone's still dirty over here. Who is it? Where are you hiding? Uh-huh. Creep around. Was that it? The rear shielding? Rear... Okay, there's one more rear shielding. Looking for... the dirt. Where's the dirt? Show me the dirt! There you are. That's the last one. Rear shielding. Yep, that's the last one. Caterpillar treads. Oh. Aha! Rear door frame. The thing. Rear door frame. Missing. Really? There we go. Caterpillar treads, wheels. Alright, wheels. There's a wheel there. Oh, there's the caterpillar tread right there. Oh, okay, now we just have wheels. Look around for that dirt. I find it. I know it's here somewhere. I can smell it. I can smell the dirt. Yeah, another good spooky series to watch this time of year is the X-Files. Always good. Always very good. And then of course there's your classic There's your classic movies like at the that Casper movie. That Casper movie actually that had the Ghostbusters cameo in it. That is also a fun thing to watch. Oh, is that dirt right there? No, that's not dirt, is it? I'm struggling to find wheels. Okay, I'm struggling to find dirt because these are the wheels right here, right? Yeah, those are the wheels. I'm struggling to find the dirt on these wheels. How many wheels are there? There's 15. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Aha! There we go. I found you. No hiding from me. No hiding from me. Ah, yes. Well, that is a tremendous job, Dirt Finder. You may have earned yourself some lucrative future contract work. Congratulations. Excellent. Now we have clean the temple, clean the treehouse. You know what? We'll start with the temple. We probably won't finish it this video, but we'll start it. Next door to my farm lives an order of the nicest, kindest, non-verbal monks whose temple is currently caked in manure, top to bottom. Ugh. It's a heck of a story. I'll fill you in as you go. But basically, they're not here right now, and I thought it'd be right and neighborly of me to get it hosed down in their absence. Something to give them a boost for when they return. They sure could do with one. Okay, so we're cleaning a temple for some monks. Wonderful. Ooh, over here. Oh! I couldn't have parked closer? Alright. Oh. Did something just move up there? Okay, now that's spooky. Oh, maybe with the cat. Maybe with the cat. The cat is here the whole time. Oops. So, where to start? Probably start at the beginning. That's usually the go-to place to start a story, at the beginning. Well, you know all about the mayor's pipeline diverting all the water from the river to a secret mining ring, right? No, he hasn't told me to clean it yet, so... Door decoration. These monks have relied on that river to water their crop for time immemorial, and now those crops are failing. Well, you know, that would do it. That would certainly do it. That actually is metal, so I could use the metal solution to clean all that metal. There. Look at that. And that's... Oh, the stairs, multi-purpose. Okay, I'm about to say, are the stairs metal? I have 2 ladders? Why do I... Oh, maybe to get to the very top. Oh my gosh, that's the tallest I think I've ever seen the scaffolding. The very, like, vertical, job, this one. Let's just wash these windows. There. Nice. So what else for this spooky season? Well, spooky, I mean, Halloween is going to be right around the corner. So, you know, decorations are a big part of Halloween. We don't usually do a lot of decoration. We put up some lights, and we usually get like a pumpkin. We don't really carve it though. We just have it out front. Maybe, you know, little decorating, but that's basically it. We don't get many people. I don't think it's been years since I think we got any trick-or-treaters, which is unfortunate, but you know what, that just means that when we get candy... Okay, can you... There we go. No, I want this. Yeah, it just means that when we have leftover candy, we get to keep all of it, which is great. I won't complain. I won't complain at all. Now, of course, Halloween candy goes half off immediately after Halloween, but I think the day after Halloween is a Saturday, so the store's probably going to be pretty busy. As for decorations, other than lights, we just may put up like a few hanging things. We don't really go like all out for decorations. There's some... Ooh. Hello. It's a gnome laying down, taking a nap. Need to wash. But yeah, I mean, there are some people who go all out. They have like the fake cobweb. They have like the lawn decoration that look like you're walking to a graveyard. And then there's the classic witch that has flown into a tree. Oops. Oh, it goes really high up. You just go all the way up. Let me get this taken care of. Look at that. Okay. Woo. Aha, there's another window. Get the windows cleaned. Clean the windows so they can at least see out of it. There we go. Woo. Can I see the city from up here? That the city over there? Might be. Whoop. I'm like a mountain goat. And the window over here. Excellent. Yeah, a lot of people go all out on their decorations. We don't. You know, Halloween is not a super big holiday for my family, but I mean, it's fun to put out a few things. Especially if we don't get, like, if we were in one of those, we lived in one of those locations where you got like a constant stream of people coming, falling, we would probably put more effort into our decorations, but we do not, so we don't. But yeah, it's still a fun time of the month because you get to dress up and, you know, you go to the, like I said, you go to the parties, the murder mysteries, or the Halloween parties, or what have you. It is a good time. And my brother and sister-in-law have done their murder mysteries. I think it'll be the first time they haven't done it in years. But yeah, we've done everything from like cruise ship murder mystery to reading of the will murder mystery. Last year was trailer park murder mystery, and I was the redneck hillbilly, kind of an asshole. I think I may have played that part too well. Some of my characters have been, in the past, I think, you know, I've played like a lawyer, and I've done like an old oil tycoon. That was fun. For that, I got like a cowboy hat and like cowboy boots, and had like a suit on with a bowler tie. That was a good time. There was one year with the classic like monster, like there was a monster ball, and I was a werewolf, and I had like these fake nails that I put on my fingers that were a real pain to get off at the very end of the night, and it was a pain to pick anything up with them, with those fake nails. I don't know how women do it with those like nail extension things and how they're able to operate well. Also, I say that, but the nails that I have were like long and curved because they're supposed to be like werewolf claws. Then we did like a prom one, murder mystery prom, classic. I end up being the person who gets killed a lot. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like, you know, it's my brother little joke being like, haha, I'm going to have him play the victim again. I know it's not. He says that it is always a coincidence. He picks the character for me that he thinks I would be best suitable for, and he doesn't really look at, you know, and he likes to solve the mystery too, so they don't spoil it for themselves. They don't like look and being like, that's what happens. They like to experience the mystery as well. So it's just a coincidence, at least I hope it's a coincidence, that I'm always picked as, well, more often than not, I've been picked as the one who gets killed. I'm trying to remember all the times I've been killed. The werewolf, time I played the werewolf, I got killed. Time I was like the jock in the prom murder mystery, I was killed. The gladiator one, where I was a Gaul, I was killed in that one. There have been a couple others, but we've done so many that I'm just kind of drawing a blank on who it is, which other ones. There have been a few others though. There have been a fair few others. And what's funny is that a lot of times the killer turns out to be the same person. Again, complete and total coincidence. So it's been a running gag for me every year to just always accuse them first of being the killer, because it's happened so often. So I just kind of roll. I lean into it a little bit, because I tell you, some of these murder mysteries, it's very complicated. There was one that was just like, oh, you're supposed to determine he was the killer because he used his left hand instead of his right hand to sign the signature on the documents. And just like, okay, how precisely was I supposed to piece that together? Okay, I don't know what logic I was supposed to be using for that, but yeah. Again, I'm not very good at mystery games like that, so I often just wing it. Just enjoy the experience, go with the flow. But it is always a fun time doing the murder mysteries. I'm gonna be sad that we don't do it this year. I'm very sad. But, you need enough people to play the parts and the characters and all that, because, people need to go around and interact with the, with the right people in order to collect clues and get information from each other, and, maybe, try to suss out who is sus, as it was. Yeah, come on, there we go. Hopefully we get back to the murder mysteries next year. That would be ideal. And some of the kids in our friends group are getting older now, so maybe they could partake in the murder mysterying as well. That could be fun. Some of the kids in it. A lot of these have extra parts too for people who are there and are not necessary to the plot, just like extras, but they still have a couple of roles that they could play if need be. Where'd my other ladder go? Because I had a ladder up there. Is it over here? My ladder mysteriously gone. Someone steal my ladder? Oh no, it's right here. Silly me. Silly me. Anyway. Oh, there's a, what is it called? A silo or what have you over there. Up. Up and... Can we put this here? Can I put... Hold on. I saw right there. There we go. I got it. I am on it like Donkey Kong. And last year for this time, I also did a recording with friend of the channel, Burbear, who has his YouTube, he has YouTube too as well, but he has his podcast that I'm on quite often, and he did we did a spooky pod last year, or post spooky season pod, and that I think went for I think maybe the longest podcast that he has done on, for his pod, for his recordings. There's other on there. We had another. Oh, my battery just said my headset just said battery's low. Okay, we're going to have to wrap up here, I think. But yeah. There's a post spooky season chat and discussion that I did with my friend Burbear and actually his brother, and which was great. I'm hoping we can do another thing like that this year. Maybe not for, it's a little late to do, now to do maybe a Halloween one, because these things take time to record and edit and all that. Although we did do a post spooky season last year, which I think came out in November, but we did record, I think, before Halloween. We could do that, or we could maybe do a Christmas one. I don't know. Anyway, I think I will end the video here. So yeah, this has been the spooky season wash talk for this year. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye.